Good Thursday evening. Hurricane Erin may be a few hundred miles offshore, but it is absolutely in control of our forecast. You can see the Providence Skycam right now, really murky, very cloudy. It's been a gray day. It's been cool as well. Only 66 degrees right now in Providence, and our high, by the way, at TF Green specifically, was only 69. We should be at 82 this time of year, so a very clear difference, largely because of our winds coming from the northeast thanks to this storm. We've seen wind speeds in the teens and 20s, gusts in the 20s and 30s, and we're not done yet. This storm is making its way to the north and east. You can see here on satellite and radar, we're still socked into the clouds, and we'll stay that way for a little while longer until the storm pulls further away. Here it is in its entirety, still a Category 2 hurricane, still a very strong, powerful system here. And again, it's a few hundred miles away, but it's still causing some coastal problems. Let's watch this storm. Let's watch Erin as it continues on to the north and east. And let me make this perfectly clear. The one problem we are not facing here in southern New England is landfall. In fact, this storm really won't make one. It's going to continue on its way out to sea, leaving the U.S. and even Atlantic Canada behind as we get into the weekend and start of this coming week. So good news in that regard. But let's talk about the tough stuff here. When it comes to this storm, again, it's still very powerful, so much so that even though it's so far away, we're still having those impacts in southern New England, largely coastal concerns like coastal erosion, coastal flooding, gusty winds, rough surf, and rip currents as well. Very unsafe for swimmers at this time. For that reason, a lot of our beaches are actually closed, like Horseneck, for example, Easton's Beach as well. Wave heights at the moment, we're seeing those numbers between 8 and even 15 feet, depending on how far out you go. As you get a little further inland, that's where you see more of the upper single digits and low double digits. Now, as we move into tomorrow, we're looking at those high wave heights as well. Just because we get into a new day doesn't mean the storm's gone and things go back to normal. In fact, tomorrow will be just about as bad, with those wave heights still in the upper single digits and really mid-teens by the time we get into the late morning and early afternoon. They ease up those numbers as we get into Saturday. But with the wind, with the waves, we do have some concern, especially during high tide, for coastal flooding. So we do have some new coastal flood advisories for parts of coastal Rhode Island and the south coast as well. That's the area in bright green. You can also see those coastal flood statements for the north and south shore, the Cape as well. What does this mean? It basically means, again, during high tide, so between 6 and 10 a.m. and then 6 and 10 p.m. tomorrow, we could see up to 1 foot of flooding possible for areas of the south coast, coastal Rhode Island. This is as we again move through our day on Friday. What can you do to ease up on this? Well, just make sure you're using common sense. Turn around, don't drown, right? We never want to drive through flooded roadways. Speaking of common sense, there is a reason our beaches are closed. The rip current risk right now is high. It'll stay high as we head into tomorrow and even Saturday. As the storm pulls away, it's still moderate. But let me just talk about this really quickly, because we've had a lot of problems with rip currents this summer. If you ever do find yourself caught, I hope that never happens, but if you do, don't fight the current. You will never win against Mother Nature. That's how you exhaust yourself. Instead, swim parallel to the shoreline or perpendicular to the current. And if you can't do that, you could just turn over on your back and float and wave for some help. Someone will come and get you. Now, the forecast for tomorrow, it's tempting to be in the water. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures around 80 degrees, and it's going to get even nicer as we head into the weekend. But remember, we're still dealing with these concerns, so heed the watches and warnings and the lifeguards at the beach. If they tell you don't get in the water, that's definitely something to listen to.